Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And we're off from Acrisure. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Sack.
Give now to the running back. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Don't jump, ready?
Back to the well again. This is ahead for about 5. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Here we go.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Go.
Shotgun snap to Fields. On the move, headed right. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Pulled in at the 20. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens will go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. From the gun, Jackson. Catch made over the middle. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the 1st.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. This one falls incomplete.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. A time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And this one touchdown inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. All right.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Here we go, son.
Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6.
No muss, no muss. Here we go, son.
Fields out of the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
2nd and 3 now.
Here we go, son. All right.
Back-to-back carries here. Into the secondary past the 40. There it is. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Lead in the 1st quarter. And Brock, he found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Walker going to motion over right. Throwing now on 1st down. It's Jackson. He's got Andrews. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
They send a man in motion. 2nd and 1. Has him on the quick hitter. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Lamar off the play fake. Buys time, rolling right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Lamar throwing again. Able to get it to Edwards. They get 28 out of that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
The drive picks up here, first and 10. Here's the first look for the rookie out of USC. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs. It gets the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, second and 9. Now here's Lamar. Into the hands of Walker. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And there's a big hit right after that catch, so the play limited to maybe just a couple yards.
Well, this offense is trying to keep the defense off balance down here in the red zone, mixing in receiver runs with everything else they love to do. And the best part is, it's working. He gets them several yards on that play.
Lamar back to throw. The throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. And again, it's Jackson. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Jackson's going to go on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. Touchdown, Baltimore. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Point after, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football.
Here we go.
They'll take over here, 1st and 10. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Namdi Matabike making that stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Fields now on 3rd. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and 4th and 4 coming up. The Steelers set to punt it, and this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. He's got it at the 24. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. The give now out of the shotgun. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Forward.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Putting a receiver in motion. Here's 2nd and 7. Throw left side, complete. Good little whip there. Looks like about 6. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop.
Teammates notice when they got a guy willing to take it on the chin to get rid of the pass. That's a pass that's going to earn a lot of points with the other 10 players, not just today, but when they go back and watch that play on tape.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys can have a little fun with him in practice this week, because he looked like the DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th.
No, we changed it. Oh.
They're going for this. Cut out left. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
You got a mini base. Why not? EQ. Hey, can. Go.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Don't jump. Ready?
Back to throw. Here's Fields. Flush down out to his left. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it ends up out of bounds. A small loss on the play, but they do, importantly, keep possession. Punt team on the field. And they could really use a good one here. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Complete out to the right. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
A give now from the gun. And that's good for a gain of 5. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
From the 47. Andrews with the catch. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take a 2nd quarter lead. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Right.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Forced out to his right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Angel.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Here we go. Sit high.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Thrown back, it's the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Here we go, son.
Looking to throw Fields. He's going deep this time. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Let's see what he can do on the return. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And it'll be their football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is Lamar. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Steelers calling their first timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Man in motion here. Jackson now, 3rd and long. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Steelers getting back on his 6th interception of the season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Here we go.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Right.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone.
Here we go, tonight. Tonight.
Going ground game again here. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Good.
3rd time's the charm. He gets it again. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
Tonight.
They do snap it. Here's Fields. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners. There'll be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Jackson off the play action. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Second and 10 now. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He puts some power on a deep one left. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Mika Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Steelers take over as he records the 40th interception of his career. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You're not going to see it in the box score, Kate, at the end of the game, but that was some high-quality zone coverage right there. Great design, tremendous communication, everybody trusting one another, and it allowed them to just collapse that pocket and finally get home.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They're now set for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Go.
Fields out of the gun. Chased out to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something when no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Dicker connects there. And they've taken back the lead.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Throwing it just before halftime. This is going to fall down the whole way to the turf and complete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Boswell on to send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now give left side. Broke through the tackle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Dump off caught by his back. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the gun, Jackson. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
1st and 10 from the 41. They go play fake with Jackson. Buying some time right. Pass complete to Walker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's got a nice gain down inside the 10-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Lamar back to throw. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept in breaking up those passes.
Everly's kick is good. And that will tie things up in the 3rd.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Don't jump.
Handoff now out of the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Here we go. Hey, Ken. All right.
Now Fields. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. Here he goes again. He could do it. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper. Shredding the slopes. Or dude shredding a defense just like that.
Here we go. Sit high.
Trying to run in. Harris. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a gain down to the 1. He gets him 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd and goal.
Here we go, son.
They'll send him up the middle. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Steelers grab the lead on their first series of the half. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Running it now out of the gun. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, okay? They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. It's a gain of 22. And that'll be first down, Baltimore. Here's Jackson to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
13.
They've got a man in motion. Jackson trying again on second down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Here he is on third and long. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up fourth and long.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. And that kick a little too well struck. He drives it into the end zone for a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go, son. You got a mini base tonight.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go. Hey, Ken. Right.
Now an inside handoff to Harris. And he's going to be tackled after getting it up to the 28. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
3rd and just 2 to go.
Here we go, son. Tonight.
Harris once more. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Steelers with the ball. They're leading, but not by a lot.
24, Ravens 17.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Here we go. We're good.
Hand off to the back. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Tonight.
Running behind center with Harris. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. That one's rejected at the line. And 4th and 4 coming up. Their punter making his way out now. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens will take over with a lot of field ahead of them. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now here's Lamar. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
He takes it himself. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
They send a man in motion. First down throw for Jackson. He's on the move. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Mark Andrews. So they're left facing third and long. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Finds a seam down the middle. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens now trailed by just a point in the fourth. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens bring it back to even. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
Off play action, it's Fields. Brought in right side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Don't jump. Ready? Easy, easy, easy. Right.
Back to the well again. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they've got a long field ahead of them to begin this drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Steelers are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Here we go.
Running left is Harris. Brushes him off with ease. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers going for the win here. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, son. All right.
Give now to the running back. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Right.
They give now to Najee. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their 1st. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, son. Hey, can't. Tonight.
Staying on the ground with Harris. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Here we go. Good.
Running this one left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Here we go. Tonight.
Another carry for him. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers have taken the lead late. Boswell to add the PAT. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft it and try to stick him deep. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Steelers make the play that should win them this game. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long. But throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
Go.
He's down to a knee, and the Steelers getting ready to celebrate this victory.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Here we go, son.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win.
All right.
With the win in hand, they'll take the knee and let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Well, Brock, the fans, all right, here we go, Steelers, as they take the win on the North Shore. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.